Hi, my name's Trish and I'm from Peardie Studio Kitchen, and I'm about to show you an amazing technique that can teach anybody, including you, how to draw. Why don't you take a look at this? This picture was drawn by a student who had absolutely no previous talent whatsoever. Now take a look at this one. Take a look at the detail that the student has achieved putting into this piece of artwork. They're amazing, aren't they? In this video I will demonstrate to you just how easy it is to draw a simple bunch of grapes. To complete this free lesson you will need a 2B and a 6B graphite pencil, a high polymer eraser, a putty rubber or could be known as a gummy rubber, a fine piece of sandpaper and a stub. Alright, another thing that you're going to need is a piece of carbon art paper. It's vitally important that when you start anything like this that you remember to wash your hands, simply because if you use hand creams or if you've got any form of oil on your hands, the oil will actually react with the graphite and it will make it more like a paint than a graphite painting. The next thing to remember is this technique is very simple. We're going to do a bunch of grapes, and the grapes are going to be started off by what we call finger painting. So the first thing we're going to do is get a piece of sandpaper and the 6B pencil, and we're going to get some graphite from the 6B pencil and put it onto the sandpaper. Then, using the middle finger, I'm going to transfer that graphite onto my finger. Now there's still particles in this, so I'm going to grind that graphite further down on my finger by using my thumb. And then once I've done that, I'm going to start putting grapes on the page. So I'll start at the bottom, just anyway, because grapes don't grow in all uniform ways. Big ones and little ones. Just come up a bit more. And that'll do. Alright, so I'm going to start working on my grapes. Now I'm going to work on this one here first, and that one is going to be behind this one, which I haven't done very dark. I'll put it on again. This one here will be in the foreground. So getting my 2B pencil, I'm going to just put some graphite on the paper. So outlining here where the grape is going to be, I'll just get some graphite on there, and then using the stub I'm going to polish the paper. And then just put a bit more graphite on. Now what we're going to do is we're going to actually have this grape here darker than the one on top, and what will happen is that the one on top will look like it's coming out of the page. Alright, I'll draw this one now, and I don't need any excess graphite because it's already on the stub, and I'll just polish the paper. This one here will be underneath that one, but over the top of that one. So I'll just get some more graphite down. And polish the paper again. Now that one there is going to be underneath all of them, so it's going to be fairly dark. So I'm going to just quite dark outline these grapes that are in the front, and this one here, and this one here. And just get some graphite in. Now we can work on that and get it quite dark in there. More graphite down. Keep polishing the paper. This one here I'm just going to put a bit more graphite on. That one's going to be on top, so I'll just use the graphite that's already on the stub and polish the paper. Just going around in circles, that's all I'm doing. This one will be on top again. Now that one there is actually going to be further back than that one, so it's going to be darker again. So I'm going to get quite a fair bit of, I might change to the 6B for that, to get a lot more dark in there. Just keep getting graphite in. Alright, this one here can be underneath that one. So going back to the 2B, but it'll be over that one. So just getting that in. Oh. Alright, now I'm going to have to use my rubber here because the grape that I'm doing now has gone flat on one side, so I'm just going to carve out like that and then go back over with my stub. This one can be over the top. I might put it underneath that one there. See how the grapes are coming along? That one there will be underneath that one and over the top of that one. So I'm just going to get some graphite down. Keep working on my grapes. I'll just use my rubber again to get this one happening. That one there can be underneath that one. See how simple this is? Children love to do finger painting, so it's all a matter of just following on from the skills that they already have and developing them further. Alright, next one is this one. Always polishing the paper. And then finally this one here. Alright, so what we've got is a basic bunch of grapes at the moment. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start putting some highlights in. So I'm going to have my light source coming from this direction, and I'm going to get my kneadable rubber or my putty rubber, which I've got in Glad Wrap. That keeps it moist. And I'm going to start, these grapes here are going to be, because they're closer to the light source, are going to be lighter than these grapes over this side. And also, where the light touches those grapes, there's going to be a lighter highlight happening on it as well. So I'm just going to work on each grape. Now this kneadable rubber, what it does is it actually takes some of the graphite off of the paper without you having to rub it, so it's just touching. This one here. Just giving it a little bit of a highlight so that it looks like it's got shine on the grapes. Alright, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually draw a stem. Now I'm going to have the stem coming down here, and then it's going to branch down this way. So to do that, I'm just going to use my stub to outline it first, give me an idea of where it's going to be coming from. So it'll be in front of that grape, and then another branch will come down here. So using my 6B, I'm just going to get some graphite where I want the branch to happen, or to be, and then I can smooth it off with the stub. Nice sharp lines on this. Because what we're going to do with this is then we're going to have grapes attached to it. So we'll just put a little indent and then a stem. Alright, now having a look at that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually, because I've got all of the grapes on top of the stem, I'm actually going to put that grape there I want on top of the stem. So I'm just going to rub that out, keeping an eye on where it is. And then I'm going to use my stub just so it doesn't look like everything is all behind the stem. Right, the more you work on your grapes, the better they will become. So why don't you have a go at that? Sorry about that. You do tend to lean on the paper and get more graphite on there, but that's alright, it's easily removed. There you go. Just clean that one up a bit. A very simple bunch of grapes.